Best basketball players. For a true basketball fan, they represent a modern-day superhero. We have all seen them play, watched in awe as they dazzled with a lightning-fast crossover, a 360 dunk or a crazy behind-the-back pass. We idolize them for their play on the court, but also closely follow what they do off the court, how they dress, where they live, what they eat, etc. What is really awesome is the fact that the best basketball players in the world vary in many aspects, which means that each fan can have a different favorite which has a particular skill that one might like, or a specific personality that you can't help but adore. You may like LeBron James for his incredible dunks, while your best friend, on the other hand, may be fond of Steph Curry for his shooting from, well, just about anywhere on the court. LeBron, or Steph, who'd you rather have? Now, you have seen those guys play countless times, but you would like to know more about them. You'd like some interesting facts, some trivia, such as what's their pre-game routine like, or their favorite food. Or simply, you want to get to know their life story, how they were brought up, where did they learn how to play, what was their best season? Well, look no further than this section, as we will make sure to provide you with plenty of info on the most famous basketball players, and not just from this era, but throughout the history as well. Whether you are chatting to your friends over a beer, or kicking back on a couch watching an NBA game, the discussions are bound to emerge: who is the best basketball player in the world, or who is the best basketball player ever? LeBron, one of you will say. He is like a machine, unstoppable. Yeah, the other guy will respond, but does he have as many rings as MJ, or Kobe? He does not, last time I checked. How about the greatest ever? That has got to be Michael Jordan, right? But then what about Magic Johnson, or Larry Bird? These debates will go on and on forever, and we will be here each step of the way to provide you with the freshest information on all of these guys. Kobe versus Jordan, let the discussion begin. Basketball, of course, is a worldwide recognized, international sport. Even though it's a common fact that the NBA represents the best there is, it's far from being the only professional league out there where guys can play. Europe, for one, represents an ever-growing source of great teams, full of interesting players to look up to. NBA teams, today, are drafting more European players than ever before, and rightfully so. Now, you are a big fan of EuroLeague, and would like to know more on some of its star players? We will do our best to deliver great posts on these guys as well. How many times have you sat and made a list, in your head, of top 10 best basketball players? Then you shared it with your friends, only to find out that their list is different. Inevitably, another fun debate starts, one which tends to last deep into the night. Who makes it over whom, who is number one, and who is right behind him? Who is the all-time leader in scoring? How about assists? We will make sure to put out great stories on all those guys from your and your friends' top lists. Who knows, when you read about them, and find out the things which perhaps you never knew, some of them may fall off from your top 10. Or, being unable to decide, you might instead expand it to top 15. This is sure to make for another interesting discussion after a pickup game in the park, one that you played hoping to demonstrate a couple of moves from the guy that you just read about here. Of course, there are many more interesting stories that we will be looking to entertain you with. You watch the game and you see all those giant centers, so who is the tallest NBA player? Then again, who is the shortest? Who is the youngest one to ever play professional? Who is the oldest, and how old were they, exactly? This would make up for an interesting duel, don't you think? Now, you're a big fan of EuroLeague, and would like to know more on some of its star players? Being a true nerd for the game, you will constantly be striving for new stories, interesting information that few people know, and up-to-date facts on your favorite players. In this section, we will be looking to provide this for you, and much more. Some of it is sure to surprise you and, who knows, maybe inspire you down the line. Hey, if a 5 feet 5 inches guy can make it to the pros, why could not I? If he was able to accomplish all of this, despite the odds clearly being against his favor, let me work a little bit harder and see where that will get me. You might also win a few bets here and there, as we will be looking to constantly expand your basketball knowledge, giving you an edge over the guys you debate with. If nothing, next time you and your basketball buddies gather for a chat, you will be sure to have an interesting story to share, or a fun fact to tell, one which perhaps nobody else has even heard of. So visit us regularly, and know your basketball inside and out.